Most people don't realize it, but they're addicted. Not to substances, not to pleasure, not to success. They are addicted to being liked. They shapeshift in conversations. They force a smile they don't feel. They agree with things they don't believe. They say it's fine when it's absolutely not, and they call it being nice. But it's not kindness. It's emotional self-erasure disguised as politeness. Here's the truth. The need to be liked is one of the most silent forms of self-betrayal. Because once people sense that your identity is negotiable, your value becomes optional. Tonight we switch currencies. From being liked to being respected. Why people crave approval, psychological roots. People don't chase approval because they're weak. They chase it because deep down they fear exclusion. In ancient tribes, rejection meant death. Today, rejection means identity insecurity. That fear still sits inside the nervous system. If they don't like me, I'm not safe. If I disagree, they might leave. If I express myself, they might judge. So people become performers, actors, diplomats of their own personality. But here's the twist. The more you try to be liked, the less people actually like you. Because likability is not earned through effort. It's earned through self-containment. You want to know why? Because what requires chasing is rarely considered valuable. Machiavelli's view, respect over likability. Niccolo Machiavelli wasn't telling people to be cruel. He was telling them to understand behavioral reality. He understood something most people avoid. Humans don't respect what is always available. He said it is safer to be feared than loved if you can't be both. Not because fear is better, but because love is fragile when it contains no boundaries. People love comfort, but they respect consequence. Respect is built from a perception of strength, self-priority, and psychological independence. You cannot be respected if your emotional climate is controlled by other people's approval. Signs you're stuck in the like-me trap. Use these lines with slow pacing. You say yes, even when your mind screams no. You laugh when something isn't funny. You avoid giving your real opinion. You apologize just for existing. You feel uncomfortable in your own silence. And in private, you wonder, why don't people treat me seriously? Why does nobody respect my boundaries? Why do people ignore my worth? It's because you taught them how to treat you. Respect is not taken, it's trained. The transformation, shift from liked to respected. This journey is not about becoming colder, it's about becoming solid. Step 1. Reduce explanations. When you explain, you invite negotiation. When you decide, you declare identity. Step 2. Use silence instead of filler. Silence forces others to confront themselves. Step 3. Speak only when you have something meaningful. Words are like currency. The more you print, the lower the value. Step 4. Build a personal code. A line you don't cross even when you're alone. That is where respect begins. Step 5. Detach approval from identity. Approval feels good, but it cannot be your oxygen. Step 6. Accept that not everyone is meant to like you. Remember this, if everyone approves of you, you have never truly shown yourself. Most people think respect is something others give them. But in reality, respect is trained, not requested, and never negotiated. And the truth is, nobody will respect you more than you respect yourself in your daily behavior. Not in your words, not in your goals, and not in your dreams, but in your consistent standards. Before you continue to the next lesson, you need to understand the internal transformation that happens once you stop caring about approval. Your goal isn't to become emotionless or heartless. It's to build a version of yourself that cannot be moved, changed, or redesigned by someone else's opinion. Respect is not built by how much you give. Respect is built by what you refuse to sacrifice, your values, your time, your limits, and your identity. When you stop shaping yourself based on who you are around, you begin shaping yourself based on who you truly are, even when nobody is watching. This is where respect begins quietly, internally, long before anyone else notices. People won't respect you because you want them to. They respect you when they recognize that you have a personal code, a set of rules you refuse to break, even if breaking them would make you liked, praised, loved, or socially rewarded. There is a moment in every person's life where they must choose between external peace and internal self-respect. External peace is easy, fast, and comfortable because it avoids problems. Internal respect is harder, uncomfortable, and sometimes lonely, but it builds the type of identity that cannot be bought. Every time you choose to hide your real thoughts, real opinions, real standards, or real emotions just to keep others happy, you slowly lose your inner authority. And when inner authority disappears, respect disappears with it. Think about people you respect. You respect them because they have discipline, not because they are nice. You respect them because they are consistent, not because they avoid conflict. You respect them because their words match their behavior, not because they try to please everyone. Respect comes from clarity, not from compliance. It comes from identity, not from popularity. When you stop needing to be liked, you no longer fear people leaving, ignoring, or judging you. That is when you truly become a free individual. Free from opinions, free from expectations, free from emotional dependence. This shift will change your relationships. Some people will admire you more. Some will become confused. Some will distance themselves. And some will try to pull you back into the version of yourself that made them comfortable. But remember this: people are not afraid of your new standards. They are afraid of losing access to the version of you that required no effort to benefit from. When you raise your standards, a few things will happen. Conversations become shorter. You don't waste time explaining yourself to people who don't listen. Your circle becomes smaller. Not everyone is qualified to stay when you start valuing your time. Your decisions become cleaner. You no longer choose based on approval, but based on alignment. Your confidence becomes quieter. You don't need validation to confirm your worth. Respect comes from strength of character, not strength of volume. And here is something most people never realize. You don't earn respect when people understand you. You earn respect when people cannot control you. You become respected not because you do everything right, but because you stand by what feels right for you, even if others disagree or fail to understand. People respect those who are emotionally independent, not those who are emotionally available to everyone. Emotional independence means you can handle being disliked, being misunderstood, being questioned, being doubted, being different, without changing who you are. Once you stop relying on approval for emotional safety, you become someone others must calculate around, instead of someone who adjusts for everyone else. You are no longer predictable. You are no longer easily influenced. You are no longer afraid to say no. You are no longer afraid to lose people who do not value you. When you reach that point, your presence speaks louder than your words, your silence becomes more meaningful than your explanations, and your boundaries become more powerful than your emotions. This is the stage where you no longer chase respect, because respect begins to chase you. And now, with this foundation in place, you are ready to continue. Let's move forward. Dark psychology, rules for respect, law style, read with slow, sharp emphasis. Law number 1, stop volunteering emotional information. Minds that reveal less command more. Law number 2, don't rush to fill silence. Silence is not emptiness, it is leverage. Law number 3, master neutrality. Nothing scares manipulators more than someone they cannot emotionally trigger. Law number 4, let them wonder. Mystery is not deception. Mystery is value preservation. Law number 5, walk away once. One real exit has more power than 10 verbal warnings. Law number 6, never compete for attention. Presence is earned through energy, not performance. Law number 7, don't correct every misconception. Sometimes it's better to let people think they know you. Law number 8, make decisions without seeking reassurance. Confidence begins where permission ends. Cinematic ending, a shift in identity. People don't remember the loudest voice in the room. They remember the calmest one who didn't need validation to feel real. Respect is not a performance. Respect is the echo of self-ownership. When you stop chasing approval, you stop negotiating your being. And the moment you stop needing to be liked is the moment people start adjusting themselves to you. Outro, high status, call to action. If this message hit a part of you that you never say out loud, don't just vanish like everyone else. Subscribe, not for motivation, but for mental armor. Share this with the one person who is slowly disappearing just to be accepted. And leave a comment, not for me, But to prove you heard the message that most people avoid, stay disciplined, stay unreadable. See you in the next chapter.